Hey everybody, so in this video we're going to talk about 6 reasons why world building is really the heart of a great story. How it can really transform your story and your writing. It really doesn't matter if it's fantasy, sci-fi, contemporary, or drama, the world that you build can really make or break your story. So you really just want to start from this good foundation from the beginning. And I'm going to give you 6 different reasons. Let's dive into the foundation of great storytelling, world building. So number 1. It grounds your reader. World building is the first thing that draws your reader into the story. Without a well-described world, the reader might just picture a white, empty space where the character is, and a vivid world really immerses the reader. You're gonna want something that really makes them feel as if they're really there with the characters, Everybody loves a really good book that they can't put down. Number 2, it defines your story's foundation. So honestly, world building is more than just a backdrop that you slap onto your story, just like a setting. With good world building, you can really encompass culture, geography, history, and social structures in every aspect. So with a few details, you can really set the stage, plot your characters, and just convey a lot about your world. Number 3, it keeps your readers hooked. So having a strong, consistent setting makes it easy for the readers to get just lost in your story. I don't know about you, but I love a book where it just feels like I'm really there. To be a fly in the wall on some of these drama stories I read. Have you ever had a book that was just really hard to put down? I know for me, there's quite a few series that I've read. I read the Left Behind series, Harry Potter, all kinds of different stuff. And there's some of them, there's a Dean Koontz book I read that was called Intensity. And let me tell you, that book's intense. And I read it probably within 48 hours, and that thing's this thick. So having a well-developed world, it really enhances both the plot and the character development. Number 4, it shapes the story's details. So honestly, the joy of world building lies in creating the geography and the physical setting of the world. You could really do anything. Is it a world like ours, or does it have like floating magical islands, J.K. Rowling just went off, and there's another book I read, another series I read. Honestly, the author skips my name right now. I'll put it in here, but it was Anita Blake Vampire Hunter series. And she also wrote a series that was about a fairy, and she inspired me to write because she just pulled a world out of her bum, and it was just honestly really amazing. The physical setting can really influence like social systems and cultural norms, and even types of conflict in the story. Things will develop in the story that you didn't even know were gonna happen until you have this good setting, and it can really help your story develop. Number 5, it inspires readers and writers. So iconic works like Middle-earth and Hogwarts didn't just inspire readers. And worlds this vivid only naturally became movies, and it inspired an entire generation to write, to do movies, and most writers want to leave something behind and want to leave something that can inspire others, and I think that having a really rich, vivid world in your book that honestly it doesn't take a lot of writing, and you don't have to write paragraph beyond paragraph. You can describe a really good setting within just a few sentences. I think that can really just transform your world. It can really just transform it from a good story into a beloved one. So really just take your time and don't rush things. Number 6, it creates a roadmap for your writing. So like I was saying before, having a well-crafted world can really guide your writing process. Like there's sometimes like a reader would ask the author, why did you kill off a certain character? And she says, I don't know, I found him that way. And so things that you wouldn't even expect to put into your story just happen naturally because having a good world just inspires your whole process, and it can really guide you. That's why I honestly think that building your world is the most important thing before you even start writing. You need to have that foundation down first, because it really serves as like a constant framework for your story. If you don't, it just also like a good reference point. You have something you can go back to, be like, oh wait, how did this go? And you always just want to make sure that you always follow the logic of your world. So like if it's our regular world, people don't fly, right? So if chapter 5, dude just starts running and jumps off into the sky, the reader is going to be like, wait, what? So always make sure that you're following the foundation rules of your world, the physical rules of your world. Honestly, just draw inspiration from around you. We see people, everybody's a character. We see characters every day. And so, I've drawn inspiration from 5 different people to make one character, and just honestly, just be observant and watch people around you and just really use that to fuel your creativity. So before you dive into your next story, spend some time world building. Think about some different concepts or ideas and, just see how it works for you. Play it out. And just remember that doing this is creating more than just a setting. It's a place where your characters are going to come to life. I know that when I start reading sometimes and I have to put the book down and I go to do other things, then I'm like, they're sitting at that restaurant. She's waiting for him to reply, and so I'm like, in my mind, my characters are still sitting there waiting for me to continue their story. And you want your reader like that. You want them to have to finish and have to turn that page and want to know what's coming next. Remember, you don't have to do pages upon pages describing the room. You can really learn how to put massive amounts of detail into just a few sentences or a paragraph, and just to really get that point across. So honestly, have fun world building, and maybe I'll do a few different videos on different worlds you could build. See you next time.